Hello, beautiful people. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Honestly, I'm here, the creator and writer of the Honestly Sis newsletter, a bi-weekly newsletter geared towards millennials who are truly trying to get their shit together. And I'm here for another daily motivation of VTO. So, y'all, oh, I think the man fucked up. I don't know. I'm not in the best of moods, but I'm gonna try to give y'all like 2 more videos. And then I may just do some over the weekend, but I don't know. I'm tired a little bit. How are you doing out there? All right, y'all. A little bit about me. I do not just use a tarot. I use God and cusses in the same sentence, but I may mispronounce some things. But if it does not stop telling man to God, it will not stop me. Angel number 44. God, what do you deem worthy for us to hear at this time? Please release messages to me and through me. Allow no room for doubt or confusion. We had one card sneak out. Another one just popped out. The card, we had this card before. Angel number 101, so perfect. Choice. By staying conscious in your thoughts, you guide your journey in the direction of choice. I feel like last week, and honestly since we've been in October, which I told you guys this is a very important month because the veil is really going to be thin. So which means that your thoughts, the things that you're thinking is going to come about very, very quickly. So if you want things to, be positive, or if you're trying to make any types of shift in your life, it's very important that you be mindful of your thoughts and also the choices that you make. So you can't make any decisions out of fear. And that's not saying that you're not going to be afraid of doing something. Courage is doing something and still being afraid to do it. So just don't make any decisions from fear, and also make sure that you're always making choices and decisions that are in alignment with your choices. They are in alignment with your dreams and where you're ultimately trying to go in life. Gaia, connect to the pulse of Mother Earth. She will guide you through this time of change. Also, I feel like with this message of choice and Gaia coming out, I really feel like what God is saying is that He wants you to take some time out to start doing some meditations. He wants you to take time to really start visualizing the life that you want to do, you want to lead. If you're not really a big meditator, because I'm not, I am an Aries moon. I'm Aries sun, so I actually got a whole bunch of fire in my chart. So they just let you know, I'm not somebody that's just going to sit there and meditate. But if you do have a problem with meditating, I always say yoga is a very, very good way to introduce you into it. I actually found a black girl here on YouTube, and she has a 50-50 thing where you can do half yoga and then half meditation. And honestly, that's how I like to do it a lot. I like to do some yoga, and then I'll end my yoga with an extended meditation. That's why I really like doing yoga at home. But I'm actually about to start getting back into a yoga class. But what God is saying is that the whole purpose of that time is that, I don't think I ever said this analogy on this channel before, but our mind is like a pool, right? And if you don't take a time to ever, stop and meditate, your mind is just constantly churning. Do you have racing thoughts? If you have racing thoughts, and you're just constantly always thinking about something, and I remember, this is random, but I remember when I was maybe 19, 20, but I thought that was normal. I thought just your mind racing, you thinking a lot, that's just how life is supposed to be. But it's really because you haven't taken that time to kind of clear the chatter. And that's why we take these moments of meditation. So it's I like to think about it of a big whirlpool. And so if you never take a time to meditate, you could be hoping and praying for stuff, but because your mind is just constantly going, your hopes and your wishes is getting mixed in the same thing with your, your fears, your doubts, your negative thinking. All of that is getting mixed in there. And so it's just one big swishing pool. But if you take that time to meditate, your mind is able to kind of slow down. So this is your mind on a regular basis, right? It's just moving. It's going. Thoughts. But when you take that time to meditate, your mind is able to slow down. And when your mind is able to slow down, it's now able to sync up with God and the universe. And if you really get to this nirvana part in meditation where you kind of feel you're just floating a little bit, that's when you bam, you God, universe, divine, you are at one, you are centered, you are in total alignment. And that's the time you want to start launching off requests. That's the time you want to be God, please give me this. So it's oh, thank you, God. Oh, shit. Y'all just got a tip. That's a gem. like God is teaching us how we can talk to him directly and send out requests. And it's by taking those times to meditate, to really get our mind calm, to really become one in alignment and in sync with our breath. And then we're able to like send out our requests to God. But if you don't ever take that time to meditate, then it's just going. Yoga is a really good way to ease you into meditation. Morning pages is another good way, because what we really need to do is like filter out all those thoughts. Like once you get it out, like have you ever just had something in your mind over and over and over and you finally say it out loud and then it goes away? That's angel number 523. That's what the purpose of morning pages and yoga is all about. So God is pretty much teaching us how we can start guiding our journey. And it's by taking more moments to pause and meditate. And when we are meditating, making sure that we're visualizing and we're really thinking about the things that we want, not the things that we don't want. The last thing that God says is guidance. You are not alone. You are guided by masters and teachers of the highest realm. And that's also God saying in that time of meditation, that's also where you can get information from God. Remember, guys, it's a two-way street. So it's like if you're looking for any type of information, or if you are looking for guidance, the guidance can come from inside. And again, you're not going to be able to hear that guidance from the inside because your mind is just constantly going. That's why it's so important for you to take that time and meditate so that you can hear those things from God. I told you guys all about how God told me, well, this is how you can do social media. When I was actually one time I listened to Rogan, and I did the float tank. That's another actually really, really good thing. But if you're not used to sitting with yourself, I wouldn't like jump into there, because that takes a certain level of centeredness to be in there, because you're just by yourself with your thoughts. And I feel like if you've never done that before, it may be too much for you, like to just jump right into that. So if you've never really meditated, I really would say start doing yoga. And then once you do yoga, start trying to extend your 5-minute shavasana to start doing some visualization. Another thing I would say is do sleep hypnosis tracks. I say this all the time, but also I will focus on, I'm going to put this down in the description box below. I want you to focus on the sleep hypnosis tracks about stopping, detaching from your thoughts and overthinking. Angel number 713, because then that'll help you as you're throughout your day. You won't constantly have all those negative thoughts. And I'm gonna always say, if you are committed to this journey, whether you are a creative or not, you need to get you a journal and start doing those morning pages. At least do this for, I want you to at least do it for 3 months. To just see, if you suffer from like negative thinking, I want you to try to like do those morning pages, yoga and/or sleep hypnosis tracks, and then let's see how how the thought process is going, and see if you feel like you have a little bit more control over your life. Also, guys, I'm glad that came up, because I want you guys to I don't ask y'all to do a lot of stuff, but if you're not subscribed to my newsletter for Honestly Sis, I'm going to ask you to please go ahead and subscribe. That information is down below. The reason why I want you to subscribe is because my last letter of the year is actually going to be a positive thinking challenge, and I'm just going to like challenge you guys. I'm going to put most of this information that I say in here, and I may just link this video in there as well. But I'm going to go get some facts about the, scientific facts about the effects of positive thinking. And then I'm also going to give some techniques and like some tools. So I want, like, for the first quarter of the year, I really want to challenge my readers for Honestly Sis, and of course you guys as well, to like, and myself, to like really focus on our thoughts, because I have been doing these videos now for almost a year, and like that's what it all starts with, is our thoughts, like believing that we have this power inside. And so please make sure you subscribe so that you can make sure you get that information. But if not, I mean, it really don't matter, because I want you to start now. I don't want you to wait until the new year. I really want you to start this process. But if you want to like, give me some time, then make sure you go ahead and subscribe. And then in the new year, I'll have like all that information for you. Okay. All right, guys, clarify this message of choice, Gaia, and guidance. Why is it so important for us to take that time to meditate? Why is it so important for us to, make sure that we're thinking positive and that we are making choices that are in alignment with our goals and where we're trying to go? God, allow no room for doubt or confusion. Wrap this up in one beautiful bow. Why is choice, Gaia, and guidance so important? Did you see that? I love when that happens. Three cards came out. Money is not the root of evil or happiness. I can follow the trail of good feeling thoughts. Shortages of time or money are perpetual. And then the last thing is I can see my world through eyes of source. I'm not gonna read all of these. The cards that I really want to focus on, I hate when God do that. I'm sorry, God. Like, I just asked for one and then you gave me three, but you know what? You the man. I'm not gonna complain. The card, okay. I can follow the trail of good feeling thoughts. I feel like this is very important because this is what God's trying to get you to understand about you not needing to know the big picture. So say, for example, you don't even know, like you don't even have a hobby. You don't know nothing. You just like, I just don't want my life to be how it has been. You could literally just start doing this positive thinking challenge, follow the trail of good feeling thoughts, and eventually your life will be okay. Most people have put anything that earns money into the category of things that I have to do, and that is why money often becomes hard to them. If you are wise enough to follow the trail of good feeling thoughts by deliberately looking for positive aspects along your way, you will come into vibrational alignment with who you really are and with the things you really want. And once you do that, the universe universe must deliver to you a viable means to achieve your desires. And so again, this is clarifying this message of choice. And by saying that at any given time, you have the choice of whether you're going to look at the positive aspect or something, or if you're going to give your attention to the negative aspect of something. I was saying in another video that I was actually feeling very kind of low because a lot of people are starting to make moves and they're starting to, make moves and pivots, and I'm starting to feel like I'm just staying in place. And I'm like, God, like, am I making the right decision? Like, when is my time going to come? But it's like, instead of really focusing on that, and that's so funny, like I had pulled some cards for, and I'll make sure that's my next reading. I had pulled some cards from like the rainbow deck. And I had put death, creativity, and abundance, which is crazy, so crazy that my cousin died this week and I pulled death. But anyways, but it was like, I didn't take it literal. I took it as like, as I'm going through this transition period, I'm just dying to the way that I look at abundance and how I look at accumulating abundance. And like, so there's a part of me, the old part of me that's like, well, you know what? Maybe I should just look for another job. Maybe I should just, move this way and, just apply so I can get some more money and blah, 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 blah. And I don't have to deal with this. But it's also like, isn't that like taking a step backwards? You don't want to go in that direction. So it's like, I have to be mindful and also trust that I can actually do this. I can actually bring this about, and focusing on and pouring intention into the things that I ultimately want. Does that make sense to you? It's like, instead of worrying about all the things that everyone else doing, just continuing on a daily basis to do things that bring me joy. Angel number 1250, and knowing that if I keep doing that, then eventually there's going to be a solution for me and I'm going to have a way out of my current situation. Okay? It's about trusting. I'm showing you guys in my process. Money is not the root of evil or happiness. I also feel like this is another message confirming that you can earn a living doing what you love. This is not out here, but this is ultimately what God is saying. He's saying that, if you want to live a life, like we've seen this, you watch the House Hunters and they like, he's a painter and I'm a kindergarten teacher and we're looking for a $3.5 million house. And yeah, that a lot of that could deal with, generational wealth and all that stuff. But also, I really genuinely feel like a lot of that is your mindset. Like, it's what you feel like you could earn, how you have to earn a living. And I feel like for a lot of us Black people, we have to like change our mentality and be like, I can earn a living doing what I love, no matter what that is. If that's me making jewelry, if that's me reorganizing people's closets. Because if you guys look at the world, people have been able to earn a living doing what they love. Kids are literally millionaires off of playing with fucking toys. Like, when did we ever think that's going to happen? And so either we could keep being we can keep getting left behind and let all these people go live out their wildest dreams, these influencers, we can hate on them, or we can change that attention and that focus into figuring out what's that thing that we can do so that we can earn a living doing what we love. Because God is saying money is not the root of evil or happiness. This important subject of money and financial success is not the root of all evil, as many people have quoted, nor is it the path to happiness. So when you are able to successfully control something like the subject of money that affects most of you all day, every day, you have accomplished something rather significant. For not only is it certain that your financial success improved, but the evidence of that success will then prepare you for deliberate improvement in every aspect of your life. Angel number 1455. So you guys are at this whole message is like God is saying the reason why he is focusing so much on us earning a living doing what we love and us trusting that we can earn a living doing what we love, because if we can trust God to supply to supply a financial need, which is going to make us stable in this world, because we need money in this world. If we can trust God to provide our daily need of living and surviving and working in this world, then the sky is the fucking limit. So often, a lot of us we're not even trying to go on vacations. We're not even trying to do our dreams because we just like, oh, I gotta work this job. I gotta do this for this job, or they don't have to get this time off. But if God could give you a job where you can earn a living doing what you love, where your time is abundant, what else? You hear what I'm saying? What I'm saying to you is that if I can sit here and watch God transform my life from me being an accountant to me being a working, fully employed creative, what the fuck else can God do for me? Right, because we're tied to these jobs because they give us security. We're able to live the life of our dreams. But if God is able to replace that, then what else can God do? That means you're going to trust him for every single thing, right? That's why God is wanting you to focus so much on your finances. That's why he wants you to focus so much on you changing your relationship with money and you believing what is possible in your life. Because your money is affecting everything. Your attitude to your money. Matter of fact, I think I want to say this was on a Super Souls conversation. It actually says that your bank account is a direct correlation to how much trust you have in God. If you find yourself living paycheck to paycheck, then that means you do not trust God. You do not trust God with your finances. You do not trust God to deliver the bare basics. And if you don't trust God to make you comfortable in your life, how can you trust God for the love of your life? How can you trust God to make sure that you and your family is okay? You won't, because he hasn't trusted you there. So that's why God is saying, let's work on this now. Let's work on redefining our relationship with money so that you can learn to trust me. You hear what I'm saying? That's the choice that you have to make. And we can make these choices by just changing our mind. Yes, it sounds really good that we have to go get get a financial coach, and we can get us a budget plan, and we can do all that shit. But if you don't believe that you can do it, it's nothing. That's what I'm saying. It all starts in our mind. Angel number 1734. And the choice is on you, on what you believe is possible. Shortages of time or money are perpetual. I read this card before. If you are feeling like you are running out of time, if you are feeling like everybody is leaving you behind, again, do you really trust God? As you observe, if you are feeling a shortage of time or money, your best effort would be to focus upon better feeling thoughts and do more things that make you feel good. Your time is a perpetual thing, and even the clock is ticking the same for everyone. Your alignment and your perception as well as your results will flow. So the thing is, it's just like that love example. If you're walking around and you're like, oh my God, I'm running out of town. I gotta have kids. I'm just gonna have kids with the next nigga that I find. Guess what? You can't be mad if that situation don't work out because you went in it with a desperate energy. And the same thing is us with these jobs and being like, oh my God, everybody else is leaving me behind. They're in their career. These people are hitting these lists. Maybe my time is running out. So you don't put your energy into it, or you don't believe in it the way you do. But if you just be like, what's for me is for me. And if I'm just going to keep focusing on what make me feel good and running my race and trusting that God will see everything else through, that's when you start seeing your eyes and seeing your world. Angel number 1855. That's when you start seeing your world through God eyes, because you have to realize that there is no such thing as time. There is no such thing as, a race. We're all in this bitch together. We're all like just in different increments, and we're low key all just different versions of each other. But your thing is not to worry about and not to compare yourself to anybody else. You have to run your own race. That's the choice you have to make. Are you going to continue to keep living your life worried about, okay, are they doing this or am I doing this? Or are you going to be like, you know what? I don't give a fuck what nobody doing. I want to see God for myself. I want to see me bring these dreams about for myself. That's the choice you got to make. All right, I'm actually gonna wrap this reading up with I'm gonna wrap this reading up with a word from the universe, and that'll be it. Because we did a lot of reading. God, what are you trying to get us to understand about this message of choice, Gaia, and guidance? Money is not the root to all evil or happiness. I can follow the trail of good feeling thoughts. The shortage of time and money are perpetual. How can we just start seeing life through your eyes, God? How can we trust that what is for us, and that we don't have to rush, and that we don't have to compare ourselves to anybody else, but we just have to run our own race, God? What are you trying to get us to understand about this message of choice, Gaia, and guidance? Allow no room for doubt and confusion. Please, one message only. I'll take it. Angel number 2044. You glow, we beam. In case anyone should ask, your heart isn't so large because of your wings. It's your wings that are so large because of your heart. Sometimes loving so much can be pretty heavy. Thank you for all that you shared, the universe. P.S. It's just another one of those nutty buddy algorithm things. It's so funny. So I think you start where you are. Oh, I love that. I'm going to leave a message at that. I feel like this message is so funny because I think what God is trying to get you to understand, the reason why you feel so heavy, the reason why you feel so conflicted is because you just want to be a good person and you just want to help everybody. But I want you to understand that you cannot help anybody if you are not something to yourself. If you are not taking care of yourself, you can't walk around trying to help anybody else. You got to take care of yourself first, right? It's the oxygen mask theory. And so for the rest of this year, until this year is over, I just want you to make the choice of like putting yourself first, of doing things that make you feel good, no matter what anybody else think about you, no matter what your husband thinks, no matter what your mom thinks, nothing. Put you first. Pour into yourself. Follow the things that make you feel good. Start working on changing your relationship with your money and your relationship with God. Because once you start doing that, then you can connect with God, and then you can start beaming out to the world and get the things that are truly meant for you. And you don't have to worry about taking no major leap of faith or leaving the country or any of that shit. You can start right where you are. All right, y'all. That's all the messages I have for you. If you made it to the end of this message, please give me a thumbs up. If you made it to the end of this message and you are not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Until we meet again, dream those dreams. Never let the internet rush you, and never, ever, ever let someone tell you what you cannot do. Angel number 2222. Namaste. Take care.